Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Wow. Whoa. What a crazy time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Ripple. Ripple has pivoted. XRP Labs and VSay aren't really excited about it. Big lesson for them. Unfortunately, big lesson. I'll get into that. Listen, the market is doing what the market does, fam. We'll go over the numbers. If you can stomach it, I'll go over some of the numbers. Listen, so here's the deal. Doing a drive time video. I wanted to go live and do a live stream at home about 2 hours ago. Wi-Fi is just in and out, it's in and out, it's in and out, in and out. It's just horrible right now. So I'm like, what's my alternative? So I'm gonna do the drive time video. And then I have to literally get to a Wi-Fi spot in order to upload the freaking video, because it's just not working in our development. So that's what I'm going to do. So doing a drive time video. This is big news about smart contracts, and unfortunately, so Ripple being open to smart contracts and working on smart contracts is such a big deal, yet it's being clouded by XRP Labs and VSay. And it's a tough lesson for them, and I'm going to explain that here shortly. But I just, the fact that they're willing and open is to the smart contracts and are actually working on mainnet smart contract composability and programmability is massive. It's absolutely massive for the XRP and yet it's being clouded. It's being, this VSay open letter is just putting a cloud over this big announcement, and it's unfortunate. I mean, we'll get into it. It's unfortunate that VSay and XRP Labs find themselves in this position. It's kind of crazy. So let me go over the numbers real quick, and then we'll get into it. So Ripple pivoted, sure. XRP Labs, VSay not happy, sure. But in any case, I'll cover all that stuff. I'm excited about this news for sure. Crypto Eddie did a Spaces, I guess, last night. I didn't get any notification about any kind of Spaces. I didn't see it. I would have tuned in. I do think it's interesting that Scott Chamberlain from Evernode's popped in, and also the people from Pierce's Technology checked in, kind of really excited about this pivot that Ripple is making. So anyway, I'll cover that as well. So according to CoinGecko, look, I mean, the total cryptocurrency market cap is what it is, right? It's down 2.8%. Down 2.8%. Currently at 2.11 trillion. Bitcoin is at $57,000 again, $680. Ethereum is at $2,400 again. Bitcoin is down 2.1% on the 30-day. Ethereum is down 13%. Solana is at $129 again, down 3.8%. September is not a great month for the digital asset space historically. XRP is at 56%, 56 cents. And on the 30-day, it's up 6%. Okay. So that's interesting. For sure, the market, again, fam, is doing what the market does. The market is just doing what the market does. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Right? There it is. So here's the interesting stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get to a spot, and I want to cover some of the Ripple X posts. I want to cover some of VSay open letter, kind of give you my take on it. So I won't be driving around as much. I'm trying to do a little bit of driving around now before I find a spot to share with you guys. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for VSay unfortunately. This is a tough lesson. It's a tough business lesson. Really. It's just it's a tough business lesson for sure. So I don't know where we're going to go with the asset space. Is going to go down a little bit in September. It's going to be a little rocky because September historically is not great. So hopefully, you guys, if you got yourselves in some leverage positions, you know, I would encourage you to look into them and shore them up, pay down, add more, pay down, or add more liquidity. You know, if you pay it down, you kind of get a better bang for the buck than just adding liquidity. The other, you know, it's kind of pros and cons. I mean, the pros, if you got dirty nasty fiat to pay down something, it means also that you could also be getting stuff at a cheap price to add liquidity, right? So that's the kind of the pros and the cons, right? But you get a little bit more bang for the buck when you pay down your leverage positions as opposed to just adding liquidity. A little bit more bang for the buck, for sure. You can split it up, you know. If you got $100, $50 to pay down, $50 in the asset at a discount, you know, that kind of deal like that. It's just some food for thought there. But September historically rocky, so for those of you who might be in some you provided and you borrowed against, that's kind of a leverage position. Just a little tip there for you to help you with that situation. It's never really great when you're in that position. You see those numbers and you don't want to be in a panic situation or anything like that. You want to be able to you want to be in a good position, not a bad one. So let me do this. Because both of these posts I think are important. So I'll do this and then I'll continue. I will continue on with my driving video. But I mean, you got Brad Garlinghouse saying some stuff about it. So all right, let's see if we can pull this up. Why is this update important for developers? So this is from Ripple X. Why is this update important for developers, builders, entrepreneurs, and the larger XRP community? And this is in response to this is Ripple X saying this. This is in response to Ripple, the company, making this post. Ripple is on the ground this week in Korea and Japan, starting off with a few key announcements, all in service of the goal to strengthen the foundation of crypto infrastructure to support blockchain utility and usability for institutional adoption. And again, Ripple, the company, still on the institutional adoption tip, right? So AI and metaverse tech company Futureverse is partnering with Ripple Custody to securely custody its assets, whatever assets Futureverse has. Futureverse has already adopted the XRPL NFT standard, uses XRP as the gas token on the root network, and if you believe Dark Horse, Ripple gave Futureverse XRP. Ripple has been known to do that, right? Uses XRP as the gas token on the root network and is integrated with the XRPL DEX to support network liquidity. And that's important. It's important, right? Ripple and the broader XRP community are committed to bringing new programmability, including smart contracts, to the XRP dev ecosystem in 2025. Through the XRPL EVM sidechain already in the works, as well as exploring native capabilities on the XRPL mainnet. So just think about that. Smart contracts, XRPL EVM sidechain, of course, and then as well exploring native capabilities on the XRPL mainnet. Now I want to cover this blog post that Ripple put out, right? And it says expanding programmability on the ledger. I'm not going to read a lot of it. I'm just going to read a couple of things. dual advancements in XRP Ledger's programmability. Programmability on the XRP Ledger will improve through two key developments: the introduction of native smart contract capabilities on the XRPL Ledger mainnet. Now, the vast majority has been screaming and hollering and complaining and wanting this to happen. Yet the community is all focused on Weedsay Wen's post about it. Says XRPL Ledger mainnet, which is currently in the research phase, as well as the introduction of the XRPL EVM sidechain, expected to go live in the coming months. These advancements will complement each other to create a robust, versatile ecosystem capable of supporting a wide range of capabilities. So keep in mind, keep in the back of your mind, what is the XRPL EVM side chain? What is that, right? Just keep that in mind. Smart contract programmability on the XRP Ledger mainnet. The XRP Ledger is renowned for its exceptional efficiency and transferring value. Awesome. Here's the thing that the smart contract thing here I want to remind you of. This is from Ripple. Existing smart contract standards, such as hooks from XRPL Labs, lay an important foundation that can be iterated upon to enhance mainnet capabilities. This framework allows developers to leverage the Ledger's core strengths while using smart contracts to customize functionalities to meet specific needs, streamlining development and fostering innovation. Let me see if I got the David Schwartz little thing here, and because what David Schwartz says is important, because the way he words it, I want you to just take a look at this. MetaMan X asks here, he says, so are we using sidechains like Zahao and EVM for smart contract capabilities? No, that's what I say. Is there any proposal for actually having smart contract functionality on the XRPL itself? No, there is no proposal. Do you still stand by your earlier post from 2020? And so MetaMan has David Schwartz post from 2020, July 2020. David said, we were right that adding smart contracts makes a platform worse for payments, and we were right that it would introduce fee instability, performance issues, and have lots of attacks surface. But obviously Ethereum was wildly successful, and for good reasons. So in that sense, we were wrong. Now in 2024, this is what David Schwartz is saying. I've recently become convinced that it's possible to come up with a proposal for smart contracts on the XRPL that is small and safe enough to deploy on mainnet without significant risks to things like transaction price stability and performance for payments. A jumping off point for building for complex and powerful features over time, should the demand be there and the initial proposal prove itself sufficient to enable meaningful real-world use cases in the first release. I'm hoping that means this isn't something that's experimented with and researched for 2 years before anything goes live, but rather something that could be deployed on a much faster timeline and hit all three of the points above. These 3 points, David says he doesn't think that the hooks meet all 3 of those points. Okay? Important to note. But let me get back to the blog, because I thought this was interesting that he says that in this blog here. The smart contract standards such as hooks and iteration and can be iterated upon to enhance the mainnet capabilities. This framework allows developers to leverage the core strengths, right? Then it says some of the main considerations for mainnet programmability are, this is for me, it's the biggest takeaway. Some of the main considerations for mainnet programmability are permissionless. In parentheses, it says, no need for an amendment to deploy a smart contract. Easy customization of native features, easy learning for new developers, minimal impact to performance and cost for infrastructure providers. This is absolutely massively important, and it really does speak to what the challenge is with We Say When. And it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. I'm going to read We Say When's little thing here, and then I'll drive and tell you my points to this whole thing, in my opinion. Right? We Say When says, an open letter to the XRP Ledger ecosystem and stakeholders. Dear Ripple developers and community and XRP Ledger enthusiasts, 4 years ago, XRPL Labs introduced a vision for hooks, a groundbreaking L1 smart contract solution for the XRP Ledger mainnet. Despite initial skepticism and limited support, we persevered. Initial skepticism and limited support, we persevered, transforming this concept into a fully fledged, battle-tested implementation. So, a couple of things. Limited support. Okay, that's in your feelings comment statement. Into a fully fledged, battle-tested implementation. Battle-tested by who? By what? What constitutes battle-tested? What kind of volume you got on Zahao? How many builders you got building? How many projects on Zahao? Battle-tested is questioned. This journey hasn't been easy. We've navigated through political hurdles and pushback, remaining steadfast in our commitment to innovation, blah, blah, blah. As Ripple's own CTO, David Schwartz, acknowledged, this could be the most significant addition to the XRP Ledger since inception. Our efforts, intended for mainnet, culminated with the launch of Zahao. Hooks found their home at Zahao, offering production environment, finally allowing builders to innovate with hooks on a different chain, different than the XRPL. Even if it's, I get it, you fork it, whatever it was. Okay, we designed and built hooks and poured in all our excitement, passion, and good faith we had. It will be a shame if we end up allowing only Zahao to reap the innovative benefits of our endeavor. Now, why would he say that? It will be a shame if we end up allowing only Zahao. Why would he say that? Because he's fearful that Ripple's iteration of hooks is going to be Ripple's X's thing, not XRPL Labs thing. It is therefore with mixed emotions that we read Ripple's recent blog post, seemingly embracing the concept of L1 smart contracts, the very idea we proposed and championed years ago. While we're glad to see the shift in perspective, we can't help but feel that this realization comes frustratingly late, and at a cost to those who have been driving innovation in the ecosystem. And that's the part right there. At a cost to those who have been driving innovation, at a cost to XRPL Labs. The sudden change in opinion and narrative is surprising. 3 months ago, David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, shared a clear message at Ledger Apex, XRPL Ledger Apex, that the XRPL mainnet was a fixed function ledger, and smart contracts belonged on other networks such as the EVM, sidechain, and Zahao. Now Ripple is committed to bring native smart contracts to the Ledger mainnet. It's hard to coherently and sustainably work towards a thriving ecosystem with such whimsical pivots by the organization, consistently pushing for the direction of the core protocol. Then he goes on to speak about Ripple's lack of communication. Okay, Moreover, the suggestion of exploring alternative technologies or iteration of hooks without involving the very architects of the original implementation is both perplexing and concerning. It raises questions about Ripple's commitment to genuine community collaboration and respect for the contribution of ecosystem developers. We now stand at a critical juncture. Ripple faces a clear choice: embrace and support the existing proven hooks technology on the mainnet, or pursue a separate path that risks alienated dedicated developers and fracturing the ecosystem. You see what this is? Like, XRPL Labs is trying to put down a gauntlet. Okay? XRP Labs has invested years and resources into advancing the XRP ledger. We've demonstrated our commitment time and again. Now it's Ripple's turn to show its dedication to the community. And this is just factually incorrect here. What he's trying to say is, we are a developer organization and company. We've committed to the XRPL, but we want another company who's committed to the XRPL to commit to us. To commit to us, the other company. This is how I see it. The future of smart contracts on the XRP ledger hangs in the balance. Ripple's next move will definitely show whether it truly values ecosystem contributions or prefers a more centralized, corporate-driven approach to development. That's a powerful statement. And you guys know I've done more than one live stream telling We Say When and XRPL to call it like it is. And they wouldn't do it. They kept trying to walk this tightrope instead of speaking what it is. That the XRPL is driven and has been driven by the company Ripple. The direction of the ledger has been driven by the company Ripple. And Ripple has been playing their little game and trying to say, well, no, it's not. It's decentralized. And all of that nonsense, which is nonsense. Just say what it is. Ripple's not waking up in the morning trying to hurt the XRPL. But this whole notion of trying to say it's this open thing is bullshit. It's open for people to build. The bottom line, there's a gatekeeper there, and it is Ripple. That's why in the blog post from Ripple, they're adding this consideration, which has never been there before. Source of the main considerations for mainnet programmability are permissionless. In parentheses, no need for an amendment to deploy a smart contract. Well, there's currently that need for an amendment, and they're trying to change it up, Ripple is, so they can do their quote-unquote iteration of hooks. All right, I'm gonna get to driving now. Sorry, this video's gonna go a little bit longer, probably 30 minutes, but that's the deal, fam. And hopefully one day this freaking Wi-Fi will get right, because I hate to do the live stream and then the live stream is going in, it's going out, it's going in. And I know you guys have been really patient with putting up with that kind of madness. But I just hate to do a live stream that way. That's why I'm doing a recorded video. I'm gonna get to a Wi-Fi spot that doesn't use our cable provider, our ISP, and then I'll be able to upload it. But let me give you my take on this whole situation where We Say When and XRPL Labs. Question: is the Ripple X developer community, the Ripple X developer community, are they in partnership with XRPL Labs, or are they competing with XRPL Labs, another XRPL developer community? What do you think? I say they're competing with. Ripple is a for-profit company, just like Goldman Sachs has a Goldman Sachs developer community. Goldman Sachs. So does Fidelity. And Weetse Win is asking for the Fidelity developer community to hook up with them to provide funds and sources and resources, because we're all wanting to do something for the XRPL. That's exactly what they're doing with Ripple. They wouldn't do it with Fidelity, but they want to do it with Ripple. It's a competing developer community. Ripple is a for-freaking-profit company with their own dev team. Weetse Win is independent of that company. It's competition. It's competing. And for Weetse Win to suggest that they did something for the XRPL, and now Ripple should do something for them. Ripple's got a set of employees and shareholders that they work for, that they're committed to. That is their number one priority. If Ripple does some iteration of hooks, and the dev community builds it, Ripple has here's what I'll say. Weetse Win needs to mature and realize, again, I said this in the live stream, you got these developers out here who don't understand how to be a CEO. Anything about hooks that's proprietary? Is there anything about it that's proprietary? If it ain't, it ain't. You got to understand where you are. You're in competition with Ripple X devs. It's not a collaboration. Like you keep, it's not, it doesn't mean that the Ripple X dev community doesn't want to be in collaboration, but they work for a company. They get their marching orders from some CEOs. And there's the CEO and the chairman's got a responsibility to the shareholders. And if those employees, by the way, the Ripple X dev employees are shareholders, which I believe they are, then Ripple is like, look, I'm committing to shareholders. I'm committing to XRP holders. I can't commit to another set of XRPL developers. And this is what Weetse Win wants. This is what other independent devs want. Like, you gotta wake up to the reality. And they just aren't willing to accept this reality. Research, and Weetse Win trying to throw down this gauntlet that Ripple's at some pivotal moment is bullshit. It's naive. And I'm really curious to listen to Evernode's CEO. I'm going to listen to that recording from Crypto Eddie Spaces. I'm very curious as to see what he's going to say. Because remember, Evernode's originally was about smart contract capability on the XRPL mainnet. Is Weetse Win expecting Evernode's to not, when some form or iteration of smart contracts comes to the mainnet, does Weetse Win expect Evernode's not to pop on that XRPL mainnet? That would be foolish, in my opinion, to think that. Of course they're going to go to mainnet. You guys left and went and built Zahao and brought Evernode's and whatever over there because of the frustration of not having smart contract capability on the mainnet. And now it appears to me that Weetse Win feels slighted and, like it's a kick in the teeth But this is the world. This is the real business world. Like, he's got to get it. There is no DAO or governance going on the XRPL where you people can do things collaboratively, and it's just one set of a bunch of XRPL devs doing something collectively for the greater good. The XRPL doesn't have that. It just doesn't. And who knows when it's going to actually get there. And this is the bottom line. When the validators and whatever read that blog post and they see that Ripple is considering this permissionless, in parentheses, able to no need for an amendment to deploy smart contracts. That means that the gatekeeper is removing the gate. And you expect people to not be good with that and not want that? Nah, they're gonna want it. And most likely Ripple X, they got employees that they gotta feed, that they gotta make salaries, that they want to keep around. They got devs that, you understand what I'm saying? Ripple's got a company of employees, they gotta meet their needs. And if their employees of developers come up with an iteration, I don't know. Why would they use hooks? Those guys got to stay using hooks, in my opinion, says something to the employee developers at Ripple. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ripple, the company, has to say yes to their developers. And they didn't see it coming. We'd say when in XRPL Labs, they didn't see it coming. So they feel blindsided. I mean, it's just as simple as that. And you can feel it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Ripple is a for-profit company with their own developer division. Do you understand? And we'd say is thinking he wants some kind of DAO thing and collaboration coming from Ripple. Like, he wants some, let's collectively work together, use our thing. It's out. I just don't see it. I do not see it. And what he is thinking is that him and his set of developers are smarter and better than Ripple X's set of developers, and they're going to build some kind of thing that Ripple is going to regret if they don't use their hooks. That's what he's trying to say. If you don't use our hook things, I promise you. Promise you what? What are you going to put it on? What are you going to put it on, bro? Are you going to put it on Zahao? I mean, if they don't, in my opinion, we'd say when does not, and XRPL Labs does not have the leverage that they think they have. This little back and forth between we say when and David Schwartz about a phone call and there was no phone call and messages. Like, again, it's we'd say when and XRPL Labs expecting this company to act in a certain kind of way, or even asking the Ripple X devs to act in a certain kind of way. They can't. They are employees of the company. This is not some DAO governance thing. It's not, and that's the issue. And it's unfortunate. I mean, we'll see how things go in the future. But if there's current research going on currently for an iteration of hooks, it is what it is. And, I just don't see. Ripple can't, please everyone. This company cannot please the XRP holders, their shareholders, their Ripple company cannot appease or please XRP holders and shareholders and their employees and XRPL developers that are not their employees. They can't please everybody. It ain't happening. So they have made a choice. They made a choice. Tell me something about some outside shareholders that are not employees. Tell me about their concern about Wheat-Say-Wen and XRPL Labs. Where's their concern about that? And them. Now they can say thank you for contributing to the XRPL. We appreciate it. Appreciate you. But that's it, fam. That's it. That's all we're gonna get. That's all we're gonna get. So, I mean, you know, we can speak to this whole madness of not getting the governance when they had a chance to do it in 2012 or whatever, and they didn't do it. But this is where we are right now, and that's a tough spot for XRPL Labs. It really, really is. I don't know. They get some innovations. Maybe they start charging, come up with some innovations and start creating a revenue stream. This whole idea of, we're at Ripple and we always want to collaborate, and stop it, bro. Stop. Get yourself some tooling, get yourself some stuff, charge some stuff for your services. Flair Networks is doing it. Flair Networks has got some, some free stuff and some pay stuff. You're going to have to start creating yourself a revenue model, Wheat-Say-Wen and XRPL Labs. That's the bottom line. So there it is, fam. I just wanted to kind of bring that to you. I went on a little bit longer than I wanted to. This wraps up your XRP Ripple Drive Time news. I hope it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's one of the greatest ways to support the channel. And if you happen to be in that 45 to 50% or so of people that are listening to and watching the Crypto Season, you haven't subscribed yet, we're trying to get that number down from 50% to down to like 25%. And you can do your part by just hitting that subscribe button right now. That'd be super, super cool. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.